What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another. It's like a Tales of the Rays video, but it's also a Tales of Arise video and just Tales video in general, so call it whatever you want to call it. But the Tales of the Rays 2000 day celebration / Tales of Arise first anniversary stream happened last night, or I guess this morning at this point. And I stayed up for most of it. I didn't stay up for the entire thing because after a while they were just kind of, talking about stuff that didn't really have to do with news. But I did want to cover everything that kind of happened. So I guess first and foremost we should talk about the Arise stuff because there really wasn't much in terms of like what gamers are going to care about. I mean, obviously if you collect merchandise you'll care, but in terms of like stuff for actually Arise, like there's nothing actually coming to Arise. So I saw some people think that we might get and I was thinking it too, like a 1-year anniversary DLC. And they actually do kind of poke fun at it. Let me actually go over here. The stream basically started with, they're all here. They showed off that the Tales of YouTube channel passed 100,000 subscribers, so that's very cool. And then they showed off these costumes that are going to be for merchandise for the first anniversary of Arise. And then Alphen's Japanese voice actor actually made a joke about, what if these were DLC outfits? But I don't think they ever addressed whether that would be something. That would be cool. I mean, these are really cool costumes. It'd be cool to see them in Arise. But I guess we would have to wait and see for that. And then they basically talk for Arise. It's just a bunch of, merchandise talk. You've got a lot of stuff that'll be coming out. If you don't mind ordering through proxies and stuff like that, there are ways to probably get this stuff. There's stuff for Hoodle. More merchandise for the Arise cast with the official first anniversary Arise art. And that's pretty much it for the Arise portion. Now let's kind of talk about Road to Tales of Festival. They did give us some insight as to what to expect moving forward. For those who don't know, Road to Tales of Festival is something they announced a few months ago, which was basically them saying, there's not going to be a Tales of Festival this year. There's a lot that's kind of happened. So they were just going to make sure that next year they have it. But they have a bunch of stuff they want to announce and stuff like that leading up to Tales of Festival. So that's what this is. So they kind of showed us the website on the stuff that's already kind of been announced. But there is some stuff that's going to be announced in November of this year and then January of next year. So we'll have to keep a lookout for that. And of course, we do have the Tokyo Game Show stream for Tales. They have a 1-hour panel there, and that's actually a week from today. So we'll have to be on the lookout for that, see if they have anything there. And then Tales of Festival official release date was shown, which, this is around the normal time when they have it anyway. Each year on a normal year when, COVID isn't, impacting them. So June 10th and June 11th of 2023 will be Tales of Festival at the Yokohama Arena, which is the normal venue for Tales of Festival. And then we can move on to the Rays port. Well, actually, they just in general, mobile game stuff. They went over Asteria stuff. There's going to be an Asteria 8.5 anniversary live stream on the 27th of this month. And then there's a new banner dropping in Asteria where you've got this kind of gothic look for Presea, Estelle, and Dohalim. So very cool there. And then to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Arise, Asteria players will get this Law right here in the first anniversary artwork as a free unit. I don't know if he's actually in our boxes or not already, but I'm sure he'll be there at some point. All right, so that's pretty much it to kind of talk about that stuff. So now we can move on to the kind of Rays portion. By the way, the official full stream is on the Tales of YouTube channel, so you can go ahead and watch it. It was literally what ended up being a 2-hour stream. The only thing that kind of sucked is they had a 15-minute delay, so it was even longer in the morning that I was up. So what to talk about here? We'll go over the PV last, because they did add more to... I mean, most of this PV is the stuff we've already seen, but we know what the final event of the month is going to be. But I want to talk about everything else before we go ahead and look at that. This is the artwork for the Tales of the Rays official soundtrack. I guess the... special edition for it. Yeah, it was the official soundtrack release. I want to see if I can find a way to get this because I would love to have this. just the soundtrack in general. I would love if they would put it on Spotify as well. That'd be really cool to have that soundtrack on my phone. So let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, yeah. So soundtrack, that's going to be releasing when 11/23. It looks like, or is that only when it's available until 9/9? Well, 9/9 is today, so yeah, it's probably November is when it's going to be available to get. This is the 2,000 day celebration stuff. There's going to be a bunch of ways for us to get diamonds. Some of these things are like, okay, you know, the PV getting a certain amount of retweets, you get 200 diamonds. I know they gave us 200 diamonds already in our box for another one of these things, but there's going to be a lot. I don't know what these first two things are. Obviously it doesn't, there's nothing I can, really do with that, but just that there is also a, there's a new bonus board in Tales of the Rays right now that you can complete, and I think that also gives us a number of diamonds. So overall, the whole gimmick is that during the 5.5 celebration / 2,000 day celebration, you are going to be able to get a total of 2,000 diamonds total. So that's actually really good. You know, if you do everything you're supposed to with this, which I'll go over in a video later, I'll find out what these actually are, and then I will cover it in my, I'll probably cover it in my Raise video that I'm gonna do for the Arise event. But I think for the most part it's gonna be self-explanatory stuff. It's probably just gonna be like, oh, I'm sure one of these is like use 2,000 stamina. I'm sure one of these is probably gonna have to do with I mean, both of these are, there's like 2,000 up here for two of these things. You know, just random stuff like that. But it should be pretty easy, I assume, to kind of get this, since it's like a celebration thing. Alright, so before we get into the PV, I do want to mention what they kind of talked about with the end of the story. They kind of sidestepped the actual question, because I guess the question was, you know, what's going to kind of happen once the story concludes, and, you know, is the story coming to an end? And they did say that we are in the epilogue of the Tales of the Rays story, which tells me that probably by the end of this year, we are going to be done with the Tales of the Rays story. I think it will just kind of, you know, come to a close before the end of the year. And whatever they do have planned next, I think will start with the 6th anniversary. We know that the game is not shutting down anytime soon. This isn't going to be like Tales of Link, where the story ends and then the game shuts down. It wouldn't really make sense to shut the game down, because they literally, you know, 5 or 6 months ago, introduced a new type of Mirage Art. I mean, why would you shut it down when you just introduced that? So I think the game, at bare minimum, is going to be around until every main protagonist has an ending Mirage Art. I think it'll go even longer than that, because I don't think they're just going to stop there. I think every character themselves will probably get an ending Mirage Art. But we'll have to see. But if we just go based on that, you know, there's like 20 some odd protagonists, and only about 5 or 6 of them have gotten ending Mirage Art. So that's like at least another 14 or 15 months of the game before every character probably has an ending Mirage. Every main protagonist of a Tales game has an ending Mirage Art. So yeah, they basically said that, you know, there will be stuff that's going to happen afterwards. There is going to be more to do, and they talk about there's going to be like future EX bosses to fight and stuff like that. Kind of like for the 4th anniversary, where we fought the EX boss from Tales of Destiny 2. Like, there's going to be more stuff like that, so we'll have to look forward to that. Now, let's talk about the PV itself. Before we end things off here, I'm sure at this point everyone's already seen who is being revealed, but let's go ahead and play it anyway. So, obviously, Duke, it's about time. You know, we've been waiting a very long time for him to get something new. You know, he was added during the, I don't even know what kind of celebration you would call it, but it was basically an event, a raid event against Duke, where Saray, Yuri, and Jude all got decisive Mirage Arts. You know, it was like 3 years ago now. So it's nice that Duke is finally getting a second Mirage Art, and even above that, it's a form change. So you'll be using him as a form change if you pull him, and then you can also put this Mirage Art on normal Duke. So very cool. There you go. And then as for the ending Mirage Art / final Mirage Art, it's obviously going to be Yuri. I'm actually surprised that Yuri took so long to get his. You know, since he's such a popular main protagonist, probably one of the most popular, I figured he would have gotten his much sooner than some of the other characters. But I'd say it's probably a good time for him to get it during the 5.5 / 2,000 day celebration. And there you go. There's the artwork. That's the artwork for the final Mirage Art. And now we get to see it. Yep, and then they talk about they show the 5,000 or the 2,000 day celebration and all that stuff. So, obviously, his Mirage Art is just his actual Mystic Art from Tales of Vesperia, you know, Savage Wolf Fury, or however you say it in Japanese. So I think that's really cool, and they make it really flashy as well. And of course, the platform he's on is where you fight Duke at the end of the game, so that's also really cool as well. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it to go over right now. So we do have... I know I've really been slacking on doing the story chapter streams. I don't think I've done one for... pretty much since I got my new PC. I just haven't done it because I was having such issues with my setup. Even, during my Tales of Xillia 2 playthrough, it just kept, you know... my, Elgato stopped working and all that stuff. And I didn't want to have a stream and have to, mess with that. But since I've fixed it, it was a very simple fix. I definitely want to do these streams. So I think from this month onward, we're going to stream all of the story chapters, because if we're going into the epilogue, I want to stream, you know, the ending of the game. So on the 25th or whenever the new chapter comes out, we will, of course, stream it, and then we'll stream all the ones moving forward. But, yeah, so expect so what's the final day of this month? The 30th? So yeah, Friday the 30th, literally 3 weeks from now, is when this Yuri and Duke banner will drop. And presumably it's going to be yet another raid event, I would guess. I guess it could be a normal story event, but we'll have to see what kind of happens. Obviously, we know the next event, the event with Carol and the Explorers, is going to probably just be a normal story event, so you get a little break from raid events from that. But then we'll probably move back to having another raid event with this Duke thing. But, yeah, so that's going to be it. So let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you're excited for Yuri and Duke, or if you're ready to see what happens when the story finally concludes for Tales of the Rays, the story that started with Ix and Mileena. And that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.